Now, look at the box. It's stylish, polished, elegant, and empty, but yet so full of surprises.
In this video, I will reveal Rune Carlsen's coin tricks with an Okito box on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. Here's what happened in the performance. Rune begins by showing a small empty box with a lid. He closes the lid, gives it a shake, and a coin appears inside. This time, he has Teller examine it before placing the lid back on, closing it and shaking it again, and a second coin appears. Then he repeats it a third time, carefully setting the lid on the empty box, giving it a shake, and a third coin appears inside. He hands the box and lid to Penn and Teller for a close inspection, asks Teller to set the lid on at an angle, then has Penn gently press it down. Even after that, a fourth coin appears inside. Rune then closes the lid and says, "The truth is, this box was never for coins. It was for his pills," and ends the performance.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
But I do need you to join my Patreon, which is absolutely free, so you can get early access to all the upcoming new videos I have planned for this month without any delay. We're almost at 700 members. And if you want to support in general, there's also a $1 option.
Just one.
Join today. At this point, we all are wondering how in the world those coins appeared inside the empty box when his hands were in full view the entire time. Because even if you watch frame by frame, it seems impossible for him to have loaded the coins into the Okito box, especially for the first 3 coins, as his hands never go behind the table or appear to be palming anything. However, with the fourth and final coin and the pills, we do see him loading them into the lid of the box. This raises the question of whether the box is specially designed, with some hidden mechanism that lets it conceal 3 coins and releases them one by one with each shake. Well, the secret here is all 4 coins are not ordinary. In fact, each coin has one side with a real face, while the other side is completely plain, allowing them to camouflage within the silver Okito box. This is also why he used coins that are the same color as the Okito box, so they blend in perfectly. But how exactly are the first 3 coins positioned inside the box, and are there magnets involved? Well, the only magnets used in the entire trick are the 3 pills that he loads at the very end of the act into the lid, which are magnetic and attached to the metallic box. The rest is achieved through sleight of hand and a light adhesive. To understand the positioning of the 3 coins, you first need to know how the Okito box Rune used is designed. The one he used has a recessed bottom, which helps hide 1 coin at the base of the box. The coin hidden in the recessed bottom is facing up, with the plain side facing down. Therefore, when the box is flipped over as he displays the box and lid on both sides, we are actually seeing a coin hidden in plain sight. This coin does not need to be secured, because the sleight of hand involved in carefully rotating it with curled fingers ensures that it does not drop out. The second coin is hidden face down and lightly glued in place, with its plain side facing up inside the top of the box, as you can see from the top view, while the third coin is hidden inside the lid, also lightly stuck in place. This ensures that when he twists the lid to place it on top of the box, the coin does not immediately drop out. Keep in mind that the adhesive on the coin inside the lid is applied very lightly compared to the coin inside the box. This is because, upon shaking the box after closing the lid, he ensures that the first coin to appear is the one that drops from the lid. After it drops out and he removes the lid, he openly displays the coin because the plain side is currently face down. He then executes a clever move to ensure that this same side of the coin lands in his other hand by tossing it and allowing it to flip. This flip shows the same side of the coin twice, and he carefully places it onto the table, thus avoiding the need to show both sides of the same coin. For the second coin hidden inside the base, he can openly show the lid and the box. Before producing the second coin, he even has Teller slide his thumb along the lid of the box, simply to prove there is nothing inside, because there really isn't at this point. After placing the lid back on and shaking the box, he detaches the second coin but never shows the inside, since it's still face down with the plain side up. Instead, he tosses it to the other hand without flipping it, keeping his hand close so it lands face up. For the third coin, Sitting in the recessed bottom, the camera suddenly zooms out as he performs a special sleight-of-hand move. If you look closely, you can see him palm that coin and position it under the lid. At this point, the base of the box now shows a recessed bottom, which looks clearly different from earlier when it appeared flat. And because this coin isn't attached with adhesive, he has to pinch it with the lid, and for a brief moment, you can actually see it separate slightly before he presses it down with his thumb and places it above the box. So the coin stays seated inside the lid, and when he pushes the lid forward, it's automatically loaded into the box. Again, since the coin inside is face down, he does the same toss without a flip and carefully places the third coin on the table. Now he's completely clean, so he lets Penn and Teller examine both the lid and the box. That gives him a moment to reach into his pocket, bring out the fourth coin, load it under the lid as he gets it back from Penn, and set the lid on the box at an angle. As he loads it, you can see him applying pressure to make sure the adhesive sticks. Penn almost messes up the trick here, but Rune reacts quickly and keeps the lid steady so the coin doesn't shift or fall out. For this fourth coin, he could have used a normal one, but since he never shows both sides, it looks like he's playing it safe with a gimmicked coin that blends into the lid to load the magnetic pills. And while he asks Penn to push the lid with his finger, his left hand briefly moves out of frame, reaching into his pocket to grab the magnetic pills and hold them in his curled fingers. When he drops the lid into his curled fingers, the magnetic pills snap onto it easily. But since both the lid and the box are metal, separating them takes a bit of effort. To get the pills off the lid, he pushes it forward, scraping them into the box, then plucks each one out with a slight force, which gives away the fact that the pills are magnetic. Behind this mask, only the truth remains till we meet again.